How's it going, everyone? I'm looking at discussion board 4. This is our last week of our first month in school. The prompt for this week was, what questions did I have before the credential program, and what answers do I have now that I did have going into it? My first question is, I'm still a little bit confused on how the Cal TPA is quantified. I believe it gets graded during your student teaching or your internship, but I still don't know how it's quantified or graded. So I wanted to get more clarification on that. What are some good classroom management tips for someone that is going to be a new substitute teacher? What does it mean to clear my credential? That would be my next question. I want a little bit more clarification on that. I think there's just after you get your credential, I think there's still some guidelines and regulations that you have to follow up on to clear your credential, but I don't know what that process looks like. Other than money, what is the difference between the private and public school sector? Just want to get a better understanding of, I guess, the rules and regulations between the two, what sets them apart from each other. Last one, are there any community groups or workshops to learn more about students with behavioral issues or excessive absences? I work in the school district right now as a campus supervisor, and I can see that a lot of kids are struggling, especially with COVID-19 being, a crisis. They've been on their devices a lot more in the past year than they ever have been. Social media is big in the youth community. So I see a lot of kids out of class, not wanting to go to class, not wanting to engage. Are there any community groups or outreach programs for us as educators to learn more about basic behavioral issues? Some answers that I now have that I didn't before going to school. I know more about the process of becoming a teacher, things like the CSET, the CBEST, the different ways that you can fulfill those requirements through coursework or through a combination of passing the CBEST or having or a mixture of having good grades and passing portions of the CBEST. I learned more about person first language. I've been a volunteer in special ed classes, and I wasn't totally aware of this. Just seeing people as people first, no matter what limitations they may have physically or mentally, they're still people first. Social and emotional learning, SEL. I had an idea of how to communicate and put myself in other people's shoes, but now I have more of a map per se to help me navigate through different situations in the classroom and how to help kids more efficiently. The value of being culturally diverse. The more I know about other cultures and how they operate, the better I can do my job as a teacher, the better I can understand all my students. And then lastly, I've heard the term TPE before starting school. I know my mom used those terms, and I've heard it being talked about, but didn't know exactly what they were. And now I know that they're the performance expectations of being a teacher. So these are the questions that I still have and the answers to the questions that I had before the program started. So thanks a lot, everybody. Hope you enjoy the post, and I will see you on Zoom on Wednesday night. Thank you.